It's been complicated trying to keep in touch over the last few weeks, hasn't it? There's phone and Skype for mum and dad. There's Zoom and video conferencing for trying to keep track of what's going on at work. And there's Zoom again for our sermons on a Sunday morning. All the great stuff on the Facebook page to tell us what's going on at St James. We're all having to learn new ways of keeping in touch. But imagine you weren't trying to keep in touch with one church. Imagine you were a leader trying to keep in touch with churches scattered across a huge area. And imagine that in those churches, the people that you're trying to lead are in a minority. They're oppressed. They're really struggling. And imagine, and I know this is going to be really hard for some of you, that there's no phones, no internet, no Skype, nothing but letters passed by boat, maybe by hand and just walking from place to place. And imagine on top of all of that, that the person leading the church is not just socially distancing, not just in self-isolation, but he's spending most of that time that he's writing in prison. That's the problem that faced Paul. When we read the letters of Paul in the New Testament, we learn about what God's plan is for his world. We learn about how to do church. We learn about community. And we see Paul giving us great passages of doctrine or pastoral care. We see set-piece oratory. We see quiet reflection. But these are letters. These are letters that Paul is writing to particular people at particular churches with their particular problems. And they're letters written by a man who is on the road most of the time and in some cases in prison, like us, unable to meet with the people that he loves. So as many of us are stuck in for the next few weeks, let's see what the Bible says to encourage us. Let's see what Paul wrote to his church to help them through the difficult times that they were facing. We're going to be looking at some of the letters that Paul wrote. We're going to be looking just at those first few verses of some of those letters to see that Paul gets straight to the point, to see that he puts Jesus at the heart of everything. We're going to be looking at the Dear Church part of the letters. So come with me over the next few weeks as we delve in to see what Paul had to say to his flock, his church, his friends.